getting your biggest identity, which is the international passport, all of that, as against just getting to hear declarations of public holidays. But it looks like the conversation is changing. We're going to be discussing INEC, the readiness around Lagos for the by-election. And the unique thing about the by-election of Lagos for this one is, that's my constituency, for Sᴛᴜᴏ federal constituency. Let me tell you how that also happened. The immediate past speaker of the Federal House of Representatives, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, won his election to go back to the House. But of course, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu felt, hey, you would function way better as my chief of staff. So that seat automatically became vacant. There was primaries for the APC, and of course the candidate of the party emerged. He's going to be with us maybe sometime next week to come talk to the people of Sᴛᴜᴏ federal constituency about what he wants to do, or perhaps how he wants to do better than his predecessor, who is now the chief of staff. And by the way, that is my constituency. Specifically from Sᴛᴜᴏ State Constituency 1. So the likes of Honorable Desmond Elliott, we always have a way to ask ourselves questions. So let's get straight up into it. I have the head of department, voters education and publicity for INEC for Lagos State, Mr. Taiwo Gbadegesin. He's live with us in the studio, and he didn't come alone. He came well flanked, but we'll keep that conversation till later. Good evening, sir. Thank you for joining us in the Situation Room on Mina 98.3 FM.
Good evening. Pleased to be here as well.
Okay. So before we go into it, when I was running my background check, I figured out you came in from the Fountain of Knowledge. That's from Ekiti State. That's where they moved you to Lagos. And Lagos is a cosmopolitan state. It's a world on its own. My mom is from Ikoyi, by the way, so I know Ado, I know Ikoyi, I know Ijero, I know a few towns in Ekiti State. What had been the transition like for you? From a quiet, calm, in quote, civil state like Lagos, like Ekiti, to our own, bend to no corner Lagos. What was the transition like when you moved down to Lagos?
Well, the environment generally is dynamic, and you have to make yourself the same. I have that kind of background, and I've now come to an environment where I wouldn't want to give the name Thomas Hardy.
I know where you're going
to. All the same, we need to adapt to suit the environment where we have found ourselves to come and work. The ultimate is to come and work and deliver. So we need to adapt.
Okay. Talking of delivery, I need to give a lot of credit to the staff of the INEC office in Yaba. I think I said that after the election. I was privileged to be the of course, as for my responsibility here, I was at the Coalition Center for the presidential election and the governorship election last year, and I must tell you for a fact that the hospitality that we got is quite commendable. I'm going to say this because especially for the presidential election, the way the results were coming in, 3 local government will come, they will have to wait till maybe 11 p.m. I stepped at the Coalition Center for 2 straight days, by the way, and in the morning food is ready. So big shout out to everyone over there. So let's get straight up into the conversation. Lagosians are always super excited about every election. Local government election, councillorship election, chairmanship election, the governorship election is always a sequence where people come together to express their political decisions. However, for by-elections, it's always limited. You know that, okay, it's just for people that registered or people that falls under so and so senatorial district or so and so reps or House of Assembly. What is unique about by-elections in Lagos? I've been privileged to cover a few by-elections across Nigeria. The one they had in Jos North 2 years ago, from Adamawa. I've been a couple of states, but by-elections in Lagos is like governorship election in some states.
For said when they invite, giving us the authority to go, and we are grateful for the invitation. Well, Lagos election is unique because Lagos itself is unique. So you can compare what obtains in Lagos with another state. Like the Yoruba will say, olórí ìlú kan ọmọọṣẹ́ ibòmíràn ni. So Lagos is the center of excellence, and we have to give the state that. Lagos stands out as the only state that has the highest number of polling units and even registered voters. So obviously we'll be expecting miracles, wonders to come from Lagos State in any election. Like in this case now, Surulere Constituency 1, we have about 258 polling units, and you can believe we have about 140,377 registered voters, and out of this 140,000 plus people who collected their voters card are about 121,000. That's about
that's almost 86%.
So that shows you the level of awareness on the people of Lagos State, and particularly Surulere Federal Constituency 1. You can't take that kind of awareness away from them, and you can't compare with any other place so far. I can tell you for free that even the turnout for election is always the same in that particular area. So don't be amazed or don't be shocked or perturbed by the time you go out on that date and you see turnout.
Well, I would observe that. I would certainly be on the field. At the last election, there were a lot of issues of people were disenfranchised. There were a lot of allegations that people were stereotyped along tribal alignment, or if you're not from this place you cannot come out to vote and all of that. And I've always been particular about how people go into elections. What makes you want to participate in an election? Is it because it's a Saturday and then we'll have free day, or you actually feel like the best way to change this country, to make this country better, is to go to the polls? And in doing that, I've always thrown the challenge to the National Orientation Agency, the information unit of INEC, which when I got the opportunity to interview you, I just said today has to be the day. Civic education and awareness is key in an electoral process. How well have you done that, being the head of that department, voters education and publicity?
It's constitutional. The first schedule of the assignment of the commission is this civic awareness, to go out, educate people, let them know their voting rights. It's part of our job, and we've been doing that much to ensure we realize this onerous assignment. It's part of our job to go out there, we go to the market. We have a series of outreaches. We relate with civil society organizations, we relate with even other agencies. We go to the market to see the market women, traditional rulers, but despite people believe this assignment is solely for INEC, and it shouldn't be. You don't need to drop the assignment of political awareness at the doorstep of INEC alone. We are all critical stakeholders. One, the end beneficiaries, what are they doing to add values to this process? I had it tough with some stakeholders during the last elections. Look, you are a candidate. Then why are you here? Go out, go and canvass for votes. Go to the market, tell the people, spare a day, come and do this thing. So you expect only INEC to be going up and down to mobilize people? But it shouldn't be. It should be an assignment for the political parties. Assignment for candidates who are the end beneficiaries or beneficiaries of the process. But they believe it should be for INEC, and the commission is doing its bit to ensure we add values through mobilizing people. We go on advocacy, we go to traditional rulers, we fraternize with disabled people to ensure their rights are not taken for granted. So if, as we walk this way, the political class are also working in tandem, and the situation wouldn't have been as pathetic as we have it now. I can tell you for free that only INEC is creating the awareness. INEC, in partnership with so many civil society organizations. Now that the civil society organizations have come in, we've been experiencing changes. But we even want the political class
to get involved,
to seriously involved. Not only when election is coming. For a person to contest for an elective post, you don't start overnight. It should be a gradual process. If you want people to know you, an election will be coming up in 2027, general election. By now, somebody who is aspiring to hold any political office
should start being outside.
By now, should have been out. Do this. Make yourself known to the people. You get yourself acquainted to them with one thing or the other. But our people, like the Yoruba people, will say, they wait for the time of ceremony to make up. You don't need to wait for that time to make up. If you don't use makeup, ab initio, by the time you apply it on that party day, there will be traces. People will have known that. I know this thing shouldn't have been like this. But somebody who, you can't compare somebody who is used to this artificial beauty elegance with somebody who is just doing it for the first time. It wouldn't match.
So have you reached out to these political parties? Because some of them will tell you that, oh, I'm just a candidate. My party has the publicity secretary, they have state publicity secretary, they have national publicity secretary, and we're going to come to that conversation, the independence of INEC, and I will tell you for a fact that when we open the phone lines, expect some questions. And so people have always said that, oh, the last election was decided by this, was decided by that, INEC did this, the IREF conversation, the transmission of results. We'll come talk about all of that. But if you want the political parties to get involved, would you not send the signal to the people? This is what I mean. I'm a candidate of party XYZ, and I want to do an awareness, but I want to sponsor an awareness, and I want INEC to be involved. Would you not send the wrong signal to the people?
No. You see, let me tell you the genesis of the challenge we are having. People believe they have what we call political hegemony. And you could see what happened during 2023 election. That was a serious shake-off here and there.
Everybody.
We are the emperors who no longer say this is my territory. These are the type of challenges that we want the political class to uphold. So that by the time somebody from nowhere, from the blues, is coming out to say, I want to contest for this post, those who regard themselves as hegemonists will now be shaken, like Shakespeare. And the only way for you to do that is to fortify your awareness architecture. The social media has gone a long way to hard values, and people have been using, though they still use the
traditional media,
but it has gone a long way. You knew what happened during the EndSARS. You know what happened during the 2023 election. I think people are now coming to consciousness, and the idea of this is our base is no longer applicable. So by and large, by the time we get to 2027,
the conversation will be different.
It will be a different case, and you will be shocked. The changes that the system will usher in. The commission is going up every now and then. You know, we are now into electronic
transmission.
We now have so many portals where you can check in and check out to know the updates. By the time you get to 2027, it will be a different story. You will be it's possible you will be in your house, you will engage in some things. Electronic voting will soon come. It's a policy matter, I can't talk on that.
I understand.
But we are moving towards that direction. Before it was optical
registration,
OMR. I've been sure it was just put your name, collect your card. Now, you don't do that. We process it, we know that you don't have another one before. The subsequent one, there will still be some changes that will make it mass. By the time the country goes into a common data bank, you'll see what will still happen. to our electoral process?
Yes, because I remember build up to the 2015 election. The stress we went through to register to cover the election was something different. Now to cover this by-election, I did it in less than 2 hours. I was registered and I'm just going to walk into the office and pick up our tags.
Yes, these are the changes we are talking. I could remember in 2015 general election, it was in fact a tug of war, even all over the federation. Because somebody that is coming now will want to overshadow somebody who had been, but now at the comfort of your bedroom you can get it done. The registration of voter has taken the same dimension. When you start, then you just come and end up in our office. And where people got it wrong was that the intention was to finish everything, but for some security reasons it couldn't have been. Because if you allow that, underage you can still do it and go scot-free. By the time you get to a level, you need to show up for confirmation. Okay, yeah, this is this person. If not for that, the register will have been abused. So these are the areas where we are going.
Now, in 2022, yes, that was early 2022, the former President Muhammadu Buhari signed into law the Electoral Acts as amended. And then it raised a lot of expectations and hope. There were 2 obstacle elections in Osun State and Ekiti State, and some of those things were tried out on the field, and it kind of gave a positive review. There were mock elections in Abuja to try out all of the IREF and all of that. It gave positive review. So people went into the 2023 general election with increased expectations of free, fair, and credible election. And the bulk of all of these blames had been put on the table of INEC. Everybody takes it back to INEC, left and right INEC.
Thank you very much. Well,
the awareness, because we later found out that in summary, the IREF is just like a viewing center. It's just like a TV. It's what is in that you find out. Would INEC take the blame for low level of education and awareness in terms of letting people know that these are the new changes to the electoral laws that we have?
It wasn't it has something to do with the level of awareness. You see, the Yoruba will say, the hunter is smart and the game itself is smarter.
It's smarter.
Now, the Honorable Chairman of the Commission, Professor Mahmood Yakuba, said it explicitly that for some reasons that were technical, we couldn't continue with the live something. And between me and you know what that implies. It speaks volume. Nigeria is one of the sharpest nations. We are, by the time you say, let us get this thing done this way,
the boys are there already.
The smart cards, before it was smart card reader, we decided to jettison that. The political class they see themselves as being ahead of the commission, and the best option for you, if you're in that position, is to say, okay, let us block this to avoid
the leakage,
soiling our reputation. So the Honorable Chairman has given enough reasons for why we had it that tough that time. But the commission is not resting. Aside the by-election that we are going to have, since we have completed the 2023 election, we had engaged in series of manpower trainings, series of workshops. How do we get this right? We have taken time to study where we went wrong and what could have gone wrong. So we'll be working on that till we get to 2027 with a view to improving.
Okay, I've been speaking with the head of department for voters education and publicity for INEC Lagos State, and then I was just trying to look at INEC generally and of course focus on the February 3rd 2024 by-election for Sᴛᴜᴏ Federal Constituency 1. And of course I've been speaking with Mr. Taiwo Gbadege. Now let me ask you straight, a constituent under Sᴛᴜᴏ Federal Constituency 1, and I want to exercise my franchise on the 3rd of February. but the image and the experience of the 2023 election is very much on my face, where we saw pictures, I saw live, experiences where people were disenfranchised for whatever reasons. Talks came in to, mess the whole place up. How ready? And this is not just because it's a by-election. We can say, it's just for this. How ready is is INEC for this by-election?
Thank you very much. Election goes pari passu with security. Where you don't have security of the election materials, election officials, and even voters, you can't expect any fair election to have come up. This is a by-election, and the commission has taken it upon itself to schedule a period for it. Now, let me make it open to you that since last week, for the past 2 weeks, we've been having a series of meetings, one with the stakeholders, to update them on how far. We met with the head of security that we call HISES, and they know how to map out their security architecture. Our own is to open to them. We have fertile areas. These are the areas. It's their own job to map out how they are going to put up the defense to ensure we don't have any kind of challenge. We met with the candidates
themselves.
We had meetings at the state office in Yaba with the security heads of security. The same meeting was replicated at the local government office, meeting with the heads of the security outfit in the local government area. We met with the stakeholders here, and the same thing happened at the local level. And we've been going around with series of underground awareness. Look, why do you want your own word to sacrifice his or her life for another person? That one is ongoing. Part of it is what we are doing here today, to educate our people. And I want to tell you for free, like I said, if within the confinement of Sùúrùlérè, the security outfit in the whole of Lagos State, not in Sùúrùlérè, could not tame whatever insecurity you believe you had during the last election, then what are you up to? The commissioner of police has given his words, the director of DSS has given his words, the NSTC, the same thing, and other security outfits, they have given their words, and we need to count on their assurances that they are going to do well. Our own is to go there with our men and materials, and we assure you we are not going to support any candidate or political party. We're going to create an enabling environment, level playground for all political parties and candidates. But for the security, let us leave that for the security heads. Let them map out the way they're going to do it. They don't normally open up this the way we are going to do it.
Yeah, it's a strategy.
I can give you that they are up and doing. They are up and doing, and they are ready. Okay. So whoever cares to come and scatter the place,
they are waiting for you.
No, they are not waiting for them. They are advising them to think twice before come. But I'm assuring you there wouldn't be any issue.
Okay, you gave a breakdown. You talked about 258 polling units under Sùúrùlérè Federal Constituency 1.
And it covers 6 wards.
Yes. You talked about the registered voters to be 140,377. And you talked about collected, which is over 121,000, about 86.3%.
Yes.
We had huge numbers as data that INEC released in the last election. Almost 100 million people picked up their PVCs. But at the end of the election, that's the election that had the lowest turnout in our modern democracy from 1999 till now. From 6 million, 6.1 million, 6.9 million, 8.7 million. We had less than 30 million voters that came out. This is a by-election. It affects people directly. Are we expecting a low turnout, or you feel there would be, large turnout for this one. If almost how many million Lagosians picked up their PVCs and how many people actually came to vote, are we expecting to have people turn out for this one?
INEC is always optimistic that people will come. But the onus is on them to come. You can only take a horse to the riverside.
You can't force it to drink water.
We have done our part and we have fulfilled our part. For you to have 140,000 plus registered voters and you have 121, let's say about
86.3%.
Who have collected their PVC. Yes, I'll give it to the commission that the commission has done well. It now dawns on the people of Sɪᴛᴜᴛ to come out and justify the collection of the PVC. And the only way to justify that is to come out and vote for any candidate of their choice. And we'll be there to show them the commission is up and doing. So the fear of being intimidated or being harassed is not there. You should just come, cast your vote, then go back to your house. And if you want to watch the goings on, you can stay a few meters away from where we are. Then we are good to go. The voting time is from 8:30 to 2:30. But that doesn't mean the last person on the queue
will not be allowed to vote.
At that time, will also be allowed. So they should come. We have enough materials to drop. And we want them to exhaust the materials. We don't want to take any ballot paper back to our office again. So we want to pray. We want to please beg them. Make them come out. We need them. We need to justify our registration. I've been telling people, even right from Ekiti State, look, if you say you have 10 million voters in Lagos State, please come and justify it. The best option is to come and say yes. If you have 10 million
come and prove it.
And about 8 million, we know some people, they will just register to go and use the PVC for other processes. I wouldn't want to mention. They are still coming to our offices. Please, I want to collect my... I say, we don't have any election. Why are you so saying I want to go to those place? So they collect the PVC to do some other things. It's equally good. But let them come and use the same instrument to exercise their voting rights. If you don't have your PVC, let me tell you, my brother, you come photo. Let the people of 𝗪𝗏 know that if you have misplaced your PVC since the last election, please go and look for it. If you don't have it, you don't have access. That is the only enabling instrument for you to vote on 3rd February 2024.
Okay. Now that we've said that, normally on general elections, we would have, movement restrictions. You cannot do this. Talk to us about the modalities for the by-election. What should people expect on the 3rd of February?
Well, Lagos being what it is, like we said at that time, is a metropolitan environment. And Sɪᴛᴜᴛ is in the heart of Lagos. So much as the commission wouldn't want to affect the business and other transactions of people, we have given that to the direct agency, the Federal Safety Commission, to work on that, and they are working on it. And I know the workout will be okay and will be suitable for people to move around, to only move around to the polling unit. But you see, people who are moving outside, who are bypassers to other places, might still be given the opportunity to do that. I'm not saying that is going to be the case, but it's a by-election, and the community is within the confinement of
the state,
the nucleus of the state. But they are planning out. They know how to do it better, and they will give us, and they will do something that will not affect the process. I'm very much sure of that.
Okay, now let's talk about some of the candidates not playing by the rules of the election. We know that there are deadlines for campaigns, there are deadlines for this, there are deadlines for that. What is INEC doing in terms of making sure that everything is enforced? Because they tell you that 24 hours before the election, campaigns must stop, this and this, but on the day of election, we still see people still move around with vans, with speakers on them. talk to us about that enforcement. Then we'll come back to talk about monetization on the election day proper.
Relating to campaign, the law is still intact. 24 hours to the election time, the public campaign
must stop.
Campaign in the open, using media outfit, this and that, is stopped. But you know, between me and you, that doesn't mean
they can still not talk to you.
The political class cannot be going out to in-house. But open, by the virtue of the provision of that instrument, open campaign stops 24 hours to the election. And people have been law-abiding in that respect. I can tell you for free. We all witnessed what happened during 2023 general elections. The compliance was okay, and people really did well. Vote buying, vote selling. Well, it's even not doing us any good. It's not doing us any good. A nuisance, I'm very sorry to use that word, can come in with bundles of money and have his way. Then you will see himself as a business person. I've given out my money to buy what I want. And the voters will have forgotten that they've sold off. They are right. They can't just go to him if he's not doing well. You are not doing well. I said, but I've paid.
I bought my vote.
So it's a common sense issue. If we are reasonable to that level. But we have an outfit that will act in that capacity. I can't see more than that. Let them bring their money out as buyers, and let the voters carry their PPT there and say they want to sell, and they will see what happens to them. It's not good. It's not the normal thing. It's not reasonable enough. We've been preaching against this. Why do you need to sell your food? But they have devised so many ways of doing it. What about if they have done that overnight? But within the confinement of our polling unit, if you do it and you are caught in the process, that person is going to be the person to tell the story thereafter.
Now let's talk about the position of the law and INEC's interpretation of electronic devices being brought to the election venue. I've seen a lot of people where, police would seize people's phones and say, no, don't record, don't do this, don't do that. What does the law say about that, sir?
The law frowns at it. It's illegal. You can't just go to a polling unit, use your 100 or whatever phone or you snap with the mind of taking it to an intending buyer for confirmation. It's illegal. If you do that, the operatives will act. That is why if you want to go to the polling unit, you just drop your phone. And after you must have done the needful, just come back and pick your phone from the officials we have on ground. It's illegal to do that, and it contravenes the provisions of the enabling instrument. So we need to tell our people, when the operative says, the policemen now say, oh yeah, drop your phone, or you keep it somewhere, you give it to somebody. Okay, assume we are three here now. I can give my phone to my brother here. Please let me go and do my own. And when he's going, he will drop his own for me. So it's not an issue to generate any problem, except you want to create one on our own. So the law is direct, it's simple, it's open, and we can interpret on our own. But compliance is our challenge. Will it be until we continue to force ourselves to comply with the rules and regulations of the game? It shouldn't be.
So whose responsibility? And because I've seen, during election that people would upload I just exercised my franchise, and then they will even snap their ballot paper and say I voted for party this, party that. Some of them is not even to confirm to collect money. Some of them probably say this is who I voted for. Whose responsibility is that enforcement? Because whether I would like it or not, you and I know that lawmaking in Nigeria is not the issue. Policy making in Nigeria is not the issue. It is enforcement of those laws and implementing those policies. So whose responsibilities are those?
That's why we have the security operatives. Our officials are only to point. Even if a person is disturbing the officials, you just say, officer, this man is disturbing us. this person is disturbing us. It's not left for the operatives to catch, then take the person away. So for somebody who is taking his phone to where he's going to vote, that is why we always position a policeman very close to where we have our cubicle. If the person is now going with the phone, look, Oga, keep your phone by your back or put it in your pocket. You have no right to snap. That the secrecy of the process is no longer valid. If you go there and snap it to go and collect your money,
I guess that's why they call it secret ballot.
That is why and where it is secret. When you don't do that, by the time you now go to polling, you are now within the cubicle and you are snapping, then it's no longer secret. But we need to talk to the conscience of our people and nothing more. We are paid to their conscience if they have.
If they have, that's the condition. Well, we're going to come talk about ad-hoc staff, which had always been big problems on election days. In case you're just tuning in, I've been speaking with the head of Department for Voters Education and Publicity for INEC, Lagos State, my very, very good friend, Mr. 𝗪𝗪 𝗪𝗪. We've looked at the issue of election generally, but we decided to narrow it down and build the conversation around the February 3rd, 2024 by-election for Sùúrùlérè Constituency 1. Of course, you know, the former speaker, Right Honorable Fẹ́mi Gbàjàbíàmílà, that is now the chief of staff, will have to be replaced. That's the law. Mr. 𝗪𝗪, let's talk about ad hoc staff. We understand there are cases where even staff of INEC themselves have been, indicted in one or two issues, but the bulk of the challenge often come from ad hoc staff. People that are recruited on express basis, maybe core members and this and that. In the last election that was held in Kogi State, I had someone that had been on the ground in the state for about a week before the election, and they sent me videos, confirmed videos, fact-checked videos, where ad hoc staff core members were caught with already some printed ballot paper as early as 7 a.m. on the day of the election. How can we curb this level of, I'm trying to use the right word, where ad hoc staff don't particular, exactly, I think that's the word. It's a menace because it keeps reoccurring every election cycle. It looks like ad hoc staff are a big compromise in having a decent election. What is INEC doing about that?
Thank you very much. Let me first correct some insinuations. Some of the clips that were heard during the Kogi elections were part of the clips that are taking place long. Some were even elections conducted in the past. I'm not denying the fact that our ad hoc officials, some of them are
compromised.
Some of them are, how do I put it, are not trustworthy. But this time around, for this election, we are making use of core members. One, as our presiding officers. We're also making use of INEC officials as supporting ad hoc officials for the election. I'm a career officer. I wouldn't want to put my
career on the line.
I'll, just like any other person, I've been counting. I have just few years to go. Somebody who is also counting wouldn't want to get out because you know what obtains outside. So on our part, I can vouch for my colleagues that nobody is going to engage in any form of misconduct. And on the part of the
ad hoc staff,
NYSC members, the state coordinator has given us a words of assurance that none of them will misbehave, and we count very much on that. They are our children. We are starting the training for them tomorrow. We will train them on the ethics of the job and even their own career. They are here to serve their fatherland. The first thing is on their security. They have insurance for partaking in the election. I could recall we had an election in Ekiti State where a copper was shot, and the commission took responsibility. So for our elections, whoever performs as ad hoc official is secured and is insured. So in this game now, the ad hoc officials are going to use are going to be corpers and
INEC staff.
We are not taking outside that. And I'm giving you for free that we are not going to record a single form of misconduct on the part of the ad hoc officials. We are starting the training for them tomorrow. And during the course of the training, the ethics of the job will be given prominence. Please be fair, be transparent, and don't show any element of having
bias or interest.
Don't compromise the process. We are going to be ringing this into the ears of everybody that is partaking in the process till the election is over. And it's not just a mouth talk, and it's no threat. It's real. ICPC is partaking. EFCC is partaking. Because I need to blow it open so that they will know what they are going to face. The moment they see you with money, you knew what happened in Kogi and some other places. The moment they see you and you are in the process, they catch you like this, they go with that too. It's not a joke, my dear brother. The country is serious about it. We need to start from somewhere. Yoruba will tell you, if you don't use your half-brother as a sample, others will not respect you. So if you slap your half-brother, the mates and people outside will not say, this man, it meant business. So that is where we are today. We cannot open our eyes and allow bacteria to infect it. So we are serious about it. And INEC staff, we are going to take oath. I will do this as allowed. I will not do this as disallowed. If you now go outside the oath of the assignment, then whatever happens,
you face the consequences.
It's your own ball game.
Okay, thank you very much. I would open the phone lines 0913-600-0410. Let's do this real quick. I've been speaking with Mr. 𝗪𝗪 He's the head of Department for Voters Education and Publicity. Well, for the purpose of this interview, I call him Mr. He's actually he's an allergy.
Thank you very much, my brother.
So 0913-600-0410. The lines are already buzzing. I know people want to talk. Hello, good evening.
Hello,
you're welcome.
This is Austin. I'm calling from Amo.
Mr. Austin, you're welcome.
Okay, I'm also good to your guest. Although all what he said, I don't really believe. In fact, INEC in Nigeria, I don't believe them. I don't.
You need to change your mind.
Personally, if I have the power, again, this is my own opinion, I'm going to divorce them. That is not, I mean, just look for a name to it. Tell them to go outside and learn how to officiate and organize a better election. I want to ask your guest there. When President Buhari vote and was able to raise his vote and see that I vote for this thing, is it okay? If the constitution kick against it, why did the men that are the constitution go against him? Then too, I wanted to ask him during last year election, because last year election has really destroyed the image of INEC totally. When their chief came out to say, okay, this is what we are going to do. We are going to show you through online, you will see everything. And at the end, things did not work out fine. Why can't the board, Muhammad, come out to say, okay, I'm so sorry, I blame you, take my blame. I'm done that should be blamed, please. In fact, to me personally, INEC in Nigeria is a fraud. Thank you. Enjoy your day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Austin. 0913-600-0410. He raised a very vital question there. We'll come address it very soon. You can also drop your messages on social media. I'm seeing messages on Facebook already at facebook.com/mainland 98.3 FM. Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, good evening. I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Okay, your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, my name is 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗪.
Okay.
𝗪𝗵𝘁𝘁.
Okay.
Calling from Shomolu.
You're welcome.
See, the INEC man, let me tell him, I can never and will never believe in them in this present life we are. Maybe next one. What happened to me personally during the last election that I came out to vote and I was not to vote. My window was destroyed, and you are telling me this and that happened. God forbid. The election in Nigeria is a fraud. The INEC is a fraud. Thank you.
0913. Mr. 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝗃, I told you at the start of this conversation that when we open the phone lines, you will hear conversation. Somebody raised issue on candidates displaying their voters voter slip. That's the voters paper, the ballot paper itself. Thank you very much. I mean, I've seen where even the former president did it. Oh, it displayed is done not against the law.
See, it's contained in the provisions of the law. But if a person does that, do you expect the presiding officer to go and arrest that person? I want to know where the commission is at fault. No, please tell me.
The security agency should
I want
do
to
that.
know. So is it my duty to go and arrest somebody who has violated the rule of the game? It's not my job. These people that are doing it, are they spirits? They are human beings like us. Why can't one of them go and tell the person what you have done is right, is wrong? Are they not watching? They were also watching. So if they now expect the presiding officer to leave the polling booth to go and arrest somebody who is buying votes or who is displaying somebody who he or she has voted for.
Okay. Hello, good evening.
It's a collective responsibility.
True. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, this is Alewola.
Okay, Mr. Laiwola, you're welcome.
My question is that since the INEC using the returning officer as a collecting center to make announcement in the governorship election in the state level headquarters, why the constitution, why the act did not change entirely? Let them use all the academians from primary school to secondary school to all those polytechnics. Let them use them in the polling unit, because the most of the adult staff that the INEC are using are not qualified and they are not professional. If you are using the teacher from the secondary school or to the polytechnic or college of education, maybe in terms of election from the polling unit to the ward, you could have been handled proper, and we know that the people that are handling the election within that period are all career people from the lower area. But now they just making it compulsory in the state headquarters, but in the polling unit they just bring in some ad hoc. If you go to the north, not all of them is a core member. Some of them just a pharmacist certificate, and they enroll them to become an ad hoc staff. Some of them just ordinary boy, because they have a connection in the INEC office. They make them ad hoc staff. Why they cannot go back? Let them change it to the way the thing operating from the state level. Let them operate to the lowest level of the polling unit. Let them use the secondary school as a returning officer. It should not be an ad hoc staff.
Thank you very much, Mr. Laiwola.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. 0913-600-0410. Hello, good evening. Okay, you need to put down the volume on your radio set, or you turn it off completely.
I've done that already.
Your name or where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Michael from Surulere.
Michael from Surulere. Okay, so would you be voted on the 3rd of February?
Well, I'm not from Surulere.
Okay, I guess.
But because my polling unit is in another location. Okay. But my comment is that yes, all of us have our reservations towards INEC. But what I just know is that many of us are hypocrites. Wherever our candidate wins, the election is free and fair. For example, in Abia State, Labour Party won. To them, it is fair and fair. Simply because their preferred candidate win. The same thing also happens to many people. If 𝗵𝗵𝗁 win in certain places, they say, oh, it's fair and fair. And if they lose in another place, they will say it's not fair and fair.
But the reality is that, whether we like it or not, this last election is a significant improvement for the previous ones that we usually have. Even that we could even challenge that, oh, this figure does not tally. It has an improvement that we must admit. But INEC too should, I think what affected last election was that they overpromised, in the sense that the expectation was too high. People thought that, oh, as they are voting, everything will be ready on there will be a big screen that will be recording all the votes. The way the INEC spokesman was telling people at that time, so people misconstrued it to mean that it's like oh, once you vote like this,
immediately you're seeing everything
at that time. So my whole recommendation is that INEC should work hand in hand with even their fellow colleagues in other countries to see how they can also improve their process. And two, what is INEC doing? This to your guest. What is INEC doing to also help with all these state electoral commission? Because we all know that state elections, they are more or less like a ratification by the ruling party. If 𝗵𝐶 is ruling, 𝗵𝐶 wins everything. What is INEC doing to ensure that maybe there could be something they could do that leads to ensure that we have a adequate representation at local government level? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let
me take the issue of state electoral commission. It's a constitutional matter, and there's something we can do about that. So, is with them in terms of manpower training, which we have been give them manpower training. They have been forthcoming in that respect, but compromise the process or not. But I know with time there will still be improvements on their own part as well. And regarding the political class, during the beginning of this discussion, that the commission has very genuine and good intention to do this. But when the honorable chairman has come up to clear issues on that, I
will need to seek your indulgence. In a minute or two, on fire. Everybody wants to have an opinion, so we take a small course. We'll come back. You're live on mainland 98.3 FM. I've been speaking with the head of Department of Voters Education and Publicity, INEC Lagos State. INEC Lagos State. The INEC chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, is not in the studio, so we need to pay some bills, take the headline news,
so that they should reduce their bullets.
The show will return in a minute.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. Rock the time. Rock the groove. It's music extravaganza, where the beat gets hotter. Mainland 98.3.
Baby, let's go.
The sound of Lagos.
Headline news on 98.3 Mainland FM.
Good evening. Headline news on 98.3 Mainland FM. My name is Omobola Sandra. 10 people still missing from Ibadan explosion, Bodija community claims. PDP BOT members visit Makinde over Ibadan explosion. Aiyedatiwa gears up for Gībā race, nominates Akeredolu's kinsman as deputy. Federal government says ban of some plastics inevitable. LASUTH recognizes workers for academic excellence, discourages brain drain. U.S. Secretary Blinken commissions American corner in Lekki. And the foreign scene, United Nations says 9 killed at Gaza shelter as fighting rages in Khan Yunis. And in sports, Cameroon legend Samuel Eto'o left in tears in moving dressing room scenes with Lions. That's the headline news on Mainland FM. Details at 5:30.
You're listening to the soft sounds of 98.3 Mainland FM. Easy listening wherever, whenever.
There are some things that stress you, and there are others that come with ease, like getting a new smartphone.
Easy.
Paying for the smartphone in installments.
Too easy.
Even getting bonus data upon purchase.
Way too easy. Upgrade easily to the Itel P55 5G smartphone with Easy Buy to pay in installments and get up to 10 gig of data for 6 months. Other smartphone and data options also available. Visit any smartphone retail outlet to get started. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Hey there, tech enthusiasts! Get ready to ignite your world with the all-new Tecno Spark 20.
That's right! The Spark 20 with its stunning display and powerful features is here to redefine your smartphone experience.
We've also partnered with Google and MTN to bring you even more. With the Spark 20, Google apps and loads of free MTN data, your digital life just got smarter and more connected.
Grab your Tecno Spark 20 today and step into a world where style meets technology.
Tecno, stop at nothing.
Official partner of the Africa Cup of Nations 2023.
Are you seeking admission into a tertiary institution in Nigeria? Here is a big opportunity for you. The 2022-2023 admission into 𝗃 Polytechnic is now open. Available courses are Computer Science, Theatre and Media Art, Mass Communication, Science Laboratory Technology, Electronics Engineering, Accounting, Banking Operations, Business Administration, Multimedia Technology. Qualified students should have scored 100 and above in the last JAMB exam. Facilities at 𝗃 Polytechnic include well-equipped studio and laboratories, modern classrooms, innovative workshop, recreation space, and fully functional hostels. Our lecturers and tutors combine both academic and industry experience. Full-time and part-time admission forms are available for the 2022-2023 academic session at the campus 𝗃 Polytechnic, Plot 100, Alhaji Onilewura Street, Ikotun Egbe, Lagos State. 𝗃 Polytechnic is approved by JAMB, NBTE, and the Federal Ministry of Education. For more information, please call Moses 091-6254-0610, Wale 091-6292-7079, Praise 091-6269-9996, Adelanwa 081-2658-0784, or visit our website www.ecocity.edu.ng. 𝗃 Polytechnic, building industry-ready professionals.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the worrisome increase in the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The FSRCC and NBC hereby advises the general public to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Make sure to verify the licensing status of such companies and schemes on this website. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call 0700-225-5226, 0800-225-5226, or +234-817-665-6273. Let's work together to uphold the integrity of Nigeria's financial system. Announcer, FSRCC.
Hey there, tech enthusiasts! Get ready to ignite your world with the all-new Tecno Spark 20.
That's right! The Spark 20 with its stunning display and powerful features is here to redefine your smartphone experience.
We've also partnered with Google and MTN to bring you even more. With the Spark 20, Google apps and loads of free MTN data, your digital life just got smarter and more connected.
Grab your Tecno Spark 20 today and step into a world where style meets technology.
Tecno, stop at nothing.
Official partner of the Africa Cup of Nations 2023.
What takes a plate of jollof rice to the next level of goodness? Is it when it is cooked with no seasoning cubes for that sumptuous taste? Or when you serve it with correct Nigerian salad, cabbage, carrot, lettuce, and a bit of kidney beans?
It's both. Season your jollof with the rich taste of no cubes and serve with plenty of vegetables. So, go ahead and elevate your meals. Today, eat for good.
Yo!
Oh, Nigeria, wake up! They say make hay while the sun shines. It is wise to link your NIN, your Airtel line, ASAP. Big Brother isn't watching your phone calls. The NIN police are. Don't be the housemate voted out of your network. NIN registration is not a joke, fam. No NIN, no network. It is not maybe, it is blocked. Yes, blocked. No calls, no data, no flexing online, no Instagram, no X, nothing. You'll be a ghost. But hold up, don't stress. You have the power to avoid being disconnected. Dial *346#. Boom! Your 11-digit NIN pops up like magic. Now link that bad boy to your Airtel line. Dial *996#. Bam! You are safe. You won't be blocked unaware. So, what are you waiting for? This isn't that time for I go do am tomorrow. Tomorrow might be too late. Don't be the last one standing on the wrong side of the network firewall. Dial those codes, link your NIN, and keep your Airtel line buzzing this new year. And if you get blocked, don't panic. Walk into any Airtel store with a valid ID and your NIN slip. You won't be reconnected. Don't be a bad boy. Dial *346#. Boom! NIN pops up. Dial *996. Boom! Link your Airtel to your NIN.
As you see me so, I belong to the chop better gang. Now why anytime I want chop like this, I dey put better things inside. For my yam porridge, after I don't put my fish, I go come deck am with onions, tatashe and ugu, come season am with correct no cubes for that delicious taste. Because my people, good life na life where you chop better.
Sama all your food with correct vegetables. Come season am with no cubes for that ogbonge delicious taste. Today, chop better.
You know what this is? 98.3 Mainland FM.
It's legendary beats.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM.
Okay, welcome back. Don't forget that by 5:30 the full bulletin will come up, and by 6 o'clock we give you the Thursday edition of Sport Cruise on Mainland 98.3 FM, undiluted super content on their ongoing African Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast. The miraculous way the host nation Ivory Coast scaled through into the round of 16 with just 3 points. We talk about all of that by 6 o'clock. But we're back into the situation room, and I've been speaking with Mr. 𝗪𝗪 𝗪𝗪, the head of Department Voters Education and Publicity for INEC Lagos State. We've had loads of conversation. We've talked about the preparation of INEC ahead of the February 3rd, 2024 by-election into Sùúrùlérè constituency 1. We've also looked at citizen awareness. We've looked at civic and voters education, how the people need to conduct themselves on election day, and the role of every stakeholder. I think that's one thing I will take home today. He's been constantly repeating the word stakeholders, meaning that everybody has a role to play, whether you are the voter, you are the candidates, you are the member of a political party, a civil society organization, pressure group, interest groups. Everybody has roles to play for us to have credible and free and fair election in this country. We'll go back to the phone lines. Please, let's keep our comments quick, short, and very civil. Like I said, I don't have Professor Mahmoud Yakubu in the studio. I have the head of Department of Voters Education and Publicity for INEC Lagos State. Back to the phone lines. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, we are waiting for you.
Hello, Prince.
How are you?
I'm very well, Prince Wise. You're welcome.
Is your getting in the studio or
yes.
to focus?
No, he's still here. My guest is still
our
here.
Guest, good evening to you.
Good evening, sir.
God bless you. You see, Yakubu is not in the studio. But what is the sensitive of Yakubu?
Yes, sir.
I know what you are saying today. You will deliver our message.
Definitely.
But for me, I respect INEC. INEC is working.
We appreciate you, sir.
But watching, Nigeria politicians, majority of them are potential election riggers. Only the master rigger always emerge the winner. But you just want to urge the INEC to please and please. But for this INEC to entice you with you, when someone is 50,000 per month, and they just give 500,000. Only people will reject him. And I want to appeal to you. Whenever the election is taking place, any project those you want to employ, we want to see the faces. You only God know the money.
You are correct.
Want you to affirm or say a point of what employ who's ready to work, who's ready to die for Nigeria, who's not ready to go with the highest bidder. That's what I want to appeal for. You are working, and the information should be going around. Like when Mahmoud will tell the other time, he's supposed to say if, but he never put the if. That's the president of go to the wafer or
we appreciate that, sir.
He's supposed to say if possible, I will do like this. If it's not possible, I will go to manual.
Thank you.
We will try all this thing. So I commend you.
Thank you, God bless you. Amen, sir. We'll do our best.
Thank you very much, Prince Y. 09136000410. I would need to quickly read some messages so that I will balance it. The calls, let's hang in for a while. This one says, my name is Femi from Bagada. Your guest spoke like a good man, but he's working in an agency that is riddled with immense corruption. INEC needs to fix themselves to restore confidence in the mind of Nigerian voters. God bless Nigeria. I will be voting on Saturday. Okay, thank you very much, Femi. Okay, this one says, my name is Ayo from Ikorodu. The responsibility of people. Okay, the responsibility of INEC. Okay. Femi, I would appreciate if you can resend your message. You send them in bits and they don't I'm struggling to get your message. Okay, my name is Ayo from Egbeda, and it says, good evening everyone in the studio. Good evening. Thank you, Ayo. For the by-election, it is already a done deal, but Gභ did well in Sùúrùlérè. It will be tough for anyone to take him out of that place. I heard that his boy is the one that is the candidate. Okay, I said it at the start of the show. By next week, we'll start taking the candidates, one after the other to join us in the studio. Let's go back to the phone. I keep your messages coming in. 09136000410 for calls. 09136000430 for messages. Hello, good evening. Okay, please, is your radio set off?
Good evening, Uncle.
Okay, your name and where you calling from?
My name is Matthias. I call from Ogun State.
Okay, Mr. Matthias from Ogun State, you're welcome.
You see, Uncle, Nigerians, we are ready to do the needful. It's only our authority that is ready to help us. I voted last 1993, last 1993. After that shambolic election, I have never voted. Till now, it was 𝗃 that brought us out and made so many Nigerians. It took the grace of God that the manifestation of 𝗃 was like a music in our ears. That was why you saw massive registration. It was magical. Nobody induced them to do that. People spend their money to register. And INEC, on the other hand, gave us another good story. We have enjoyed Nigeria to voting. But unfortunately, they dashed our hope. Okay, let me tell you, if we take the grace of God to bring people out to vote, because people now, as I speak now, they are that I don't know, they are discouraged. It was after vote 93, people said they will never vote again. Until now, that 𝗃 came out, that people came out again, and with the story of INEC about the IRF and whatsoever, people believe in them. The only way Nigeria can vote again, let me tell you, when Mahmoud is no longer there, and when there is a law whereby there will be an independent INEC officer. If and when we have Mahmoud there, sitting on that seat, there is going to be no credible election in this country anymore. Because Mahmoud has killed sleep.
Hello. Thank you for coming back here.
Mr. Kwe, the INEC man, you speak well. When I listen to his speech, election was very bad, very unfortunate. No, it's not what they promised us is this. The results upside down. I called this radio station. I said this election has been rigged. They said I did not have evidence. Thank God that people that the election at Port Harcourt, they came out and said it. So this election in Nigeria is just something else. And somebody called about Abia said that when something went good for another party, they will say it is good. But when it's going to another way, it is the intervention of God. The INEC, the woman, the lecturer that are supposed to announce the election. The Abuja result they give to him, he refused. With the promise that they promised him, he refused. And then he announced the original results. If not, Labour Party would not have any governor. So they will know their way. So we'll let them continue. One day, anybody that know that he has power, but he don't have power more than God. Look at how this country is going. The country is sinking every day by day. Look at suffering. Garri now is now 1.5 for paint. Rice now is 60-something thousand naira per bag. How can we feel work and then you come back and then you look like to eat the problem? Where are they taking us to? And
thank you, Mr. Desmond.
And then telling us
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. I'll keep your calls coming in. We are really pressing the conversation. We're moving it down home. Okay. Our messages are here already for me to read. Good evening. Thank you very much for the guests you've brought. The people of Surulere would speak as they've always done. APC all the way. Okay. That is 𝗪𝗪 from Surulere. Thank you very much, 𝗪𝗪 all the way from Surulere. Hello. Good evening. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Good evening, okay.
Your name, where are you calling from?
My name is Malam Salau. I'm calling from Alambado.
Malam Salau, you're welcome.
Yeah, well, thank you. Okay, what we will see during the election is nothing as it's only a predetermined election that we're going to see. Voters' apathy. You understand? Am I communicating, sir?
I'm with you.
Yes, sir. What we see is voters' apathy. Nothing else. When you have a member of a party, as Rex, what do you expect? This is number one. And number two, the Supreme Court says that IRF and divas, or IRF is just a views center or whatever. So we don't expect transparency and free and fair elections. So nobody will waste his time or his energy or his time to go there to say he wants to vote. So whoever is, the candidate of the ruling party is good to go. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you very much. But I'm sure you know that the president, which is the candidate of the ruling party, lost his election in this Lagos. So when people come up with the conversation, there's no opposition in Lagos, I always bet to disagree. Yes, you may say that there's been, a much aligned voting pattern over the years, but that changed in the last election. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Okay, good to have you join us on the show today.
This is Kenny from.
Mr. Kenny from where?
Mr. Kenny from Mushin.
Okay, good to have you.
Listen to the INEC man over there. The Nigerians doing and what they are. Don't perturb don't be concerned about whatever they say. It's election to their way. INEC is fantastic. INEC is good. They lost an election. And condemning INEC. What concern 𝗪𝗪 about election? Is it the one voting? Election has come and gone. People are still believing as if we are campaigning almost a year now. OB. He did not win the election. He himself knew he did not win the election. What can somebody tell me his performance is not? That is what determines the election. People should stop all this sentiment and let us face the reality. Doesn't have any candidate, doesn't have any supporter in the north. The election actually won was given to him by supporters in the north, not even in Southwest, not Lagos. He lost Osun, 2 states out of 6 states in Southwest. All the sentiment they support for him. He didn't win. He didn't win.
Thank you.
No, don't castigate INEC. Everybody's going to sit and let us face reality. Good day.
Thank you very much. Well, in case you don't understand what we're talking about, the Independent National Electoral Commission has released the list of candidates to participate in the by-election next month. INEC would on the 3rd of February conduct 2 senatorial elections, 4 House of Representatives, and 3 state constituencies by-elections in 9 states. In total, there are 74 candidates that would take part in that election. The commission would also on the same day conduct 35 reruns as ordered by the election tribunal. Okay, the states is 2 senatorial districts of Ebonyi South and Yobe East, 4 federal representatives for that is Kebbi State, of course, Surulere 1 federal constituency for Lagos State, Akoko North East, Akoko North West federal constituency for Ondo State, and Jalingo Yorozing federal constituency of Taraba State. The 3 state constituencies are Guma 1 in Benue, Chibok State constituency in Borno, and Chikun State constituency of Kaduna State. So we have Kaduna State, Borno State, Benue State, Ondo State, Lagos State, Kebbi State, Yobe, and Ebonyi, all participating in the by-elections. We're pressed for time, so we'll have to pause the calls for it now. I know that by tomorrow, even when Mr. 𝗪𝗪𝗫 will not be in the studio, this conversation will still continue by 4 o'clock tomorrow. And Mr. 𝗪𝗪𝗫, we've been here for about 90 minutes, and we can't shy away from the fact that the callers are not particularly happy with the conduct of elections in this country. And we can blame the politicians, we can blame whoever we want to blame, but the responsibility of conducting a free, fair, and credible election in Nigeria is supposed to be the responsibility of INEC.
No doubt. And
the last election and the body language is thereafter doesn't look like that responsibility is being upheld. What is INEC doing wrongly? Or perhaps, what are the people around the electoral system in this country doing wrongly? Let's call it a day on the show on that line of thoughts. Go on, please.
My dear brother, let me be frank with you. Conduct of election is not a thing you can drop at the doorstep of INEC alone. It's a collective responsibility. What do you want a presiding officer to do in a polling unit where you have a politician or a candidate sharing money? What do you want the commission to do where you have political parties and candidates bringing foods to induce the ad hoc officials and even the security operatives that we have on ground? What I expect our people from Lagos State to be doing right now, with profound respect to the callers. You know, when you mourn a mischief that is gone, you are giving back to another one. 2023 is gone, and we should be moving forward. Not somebody now saying you did this because of my candidate. No. Like some of them have said the truth. When you win, you praise the commission. And when you lose out, you blame the commission. Yes, it's part of the system. But we need to go back to our drawing boards as stakeholders, as critical stakeholders, and analyze where we have gone wrong as well. Where we have gone wrong as well. The voting pattern has changed, like you rightly put it at that time. Where you think you have your strength has turned to be your
weakness.
Your weakness. And if you know your way, if you know how to consolidate, you can build it up. Electoral process is beyond the level where people are saying, yes, you have done this, you have done that. How I wish they are also in my chairman's shoes to come and showcase their own skill. Who is to blame? A candidate who is contesting an election and is out to win at all cost. Who is to blame? A commission that is out to do the needful, to be up and doing, to showcase high level of transparency, and the system somewhere is bastardized. Somebody is out there to hack. This is what you want to do to add values, or block it. A nation that is ready to move, and some people are ready to draw it back. Where do we go from here? We can move forward if the political class are also cooperative and they are ready to synergize with the commission. The ballot snatchers are no spirits. They are human beings. The ballot stuffers are no spirits. They are human beings. people who are buying votes are no spirits. They are human beings. Tell me for free a political party that did not give out money to voters during the election.
Day.
And you are now blaming INEC. You want to tell me, hey, they didn't give out? B didn't give out? They all gave out. And people collected from them. We have been preaching this sermon for the past 3 elections. Stop this. Stop this. They have given this to people. They have conditioned them to that effect. If you don't give out money to people again, they don't come out to vote. And it's a show of shame. When they come to collect their PVCs in our offices, they will say, this is enough for me to feed me for the day. It's 𝗪𝗏𝗃 in this respect. How do you want me to give out money to who? I only pay to my hard work officials. Everybody is tongue-lashing the commission now. It's good, but they are the ones paying these voters. Let them stop paying them first. They will know how to go forward. Let them stop paying them. And this time around, the commission is ready and the agencies are ready. People will cry that are giving out money to voters.
Mr. 𝗪𝗏𝗃 came on the 3rd of February 2020. Thank you very much, everyone, for making this production. The full bulletin will come through, and by 6 o'clock, it's going to be time for sports. I'll be right back tomorrow, 4 o'clock, Gospel in Our Lives.